This is episode 8 of the secret relationship between the white man and the black woman against the black man on the Yasha Ben Israel show, the Tadario Whitfield show. This is yours truly, Yasha Ben Israel. The title of this episode is The Divorce. We look at the Hebrew scriptures. We look at divorce. A woman was not allowed, for the most part, to divorce a man. And it was under 3 circumstances in which a woman could leave a man. If the man wasn't providing food, clothing, shelter, it's 4. The man must provide food, clothing, and shelter. And he also must provide for her conjugal needs. If the man failed to do those things, he set up grounds for the woman to leave. Outside of that, a woman has no right to leave a man. As sure as she has her obligation to the man has his obligation to the woman. And if he's not fulfilling his obligation and being a man and providing food, clothing, and shelter, the wife has the right to leave. The woman has the right to go. If the man is not providing sex for her and fulfilling her sexual needs, for generally, if that's his wife, that's his woman. He's the one who opened her up to the world of sex. It's his opportunity to provide for her conjugal needs. And if he can't do that, the relationship can be severed on her calling. But outside of that, the woman has no right to leave a man. And if a man left a woman, he must have found some indecency within her. Maybe he found out that she lied to him and she misled him. She seduced him into thinking that she was a wife material. She seduced him into thinking that she was a virgin, and she was not. Or maybe she lied about her body count. Maybe she didn't talk about a marriage or so, or a husband that may have deceased or something. Somewhere it was some indecency where he felt that he could not trust her. And that was grounds for divorce. Or she was cheating. But if she was cheating, she was to meet the stone. Okay? Now, you look at the divorce. Moses provided in the law that if the man found any indecency in the woman, that he provide her with the bill of divorce, a ketubah, writing a divorce, and she get to send her on her way. And in their separation, if she doesn't get with another man sexually, he could take her back. If she gets with another man, then he's never to touch her again. And she becomes the wife of the other man. And if the other man finds some indecency in her, then he gets to write her the ketubah, writing a bill of divorce, a letter of divorce. She sends her on her way, and that's the end of the story. The scripture does not say that she is to keep continuing this cycle 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That being stated, that the wife doesn't have a right to leave the man. Okay? Now, inside of America don't get married by these laws. that the Israelites married up under. For a woman, when she was introduced into marriage, she was introduced into her first marriage, meaning the introduction into marriage, as a virgin. And then if that husband died, in the second marriage, she doesn't have to be she don't have to be a virgin because her first husband died. You know, if the husband gave her a bill of divorce, she doesn't have to be a virgin. But she still has to have that bill of divorce. She still must prove that that husband died. Okay? And the whole idea was to track a body count. The ketubums, the writings, the bills, the letters, divorce, the bill of marriage, the nose rings, all of that were attempts to track the woman's body count. The woman's virginity was important. I have to say that because if a woman did not enter into the introduction of marriage as a virgin, then she was unfit for a marriage in Hebrew. Maybe she could have been a concubine, but she could have not been a wife. Okay? Now in America will marry a whore, former dancer, any kind of promiscuous woman. America will marry relatives. And that's kind of sad because I got married in 1990. 1990 was the last year in which they used to take blood tests to see if you and your wife was not next of kin. If y'all was next of kin and y'all blood matched a certain way, the American government would not marry you. They would deem you unfit for marriage. For incest was against the law here in America. Okay? After 1990, it was no longer required that you take this blood test, meaning that the law was lapsed. The law was amended because there's no way to prove that this person is genetically related to you, which means that America will marry brother and sister, cousins, uncles and niece, auntie and nephew. Shit. America will marry these people. America will marry homosexuals, same-sex marriages. I've even heard of America even allowing people to marry their property and their animals. They leave their inheritance to the dog and all of this crazy foolishness. These things that God and the Hebrews would deem unfit for marriage. Okay? So when we're talking about marriage, we're talking about two different paradigms here. And this has to be understood. That way, when you read the scriptures, you can read it and understand it in context. We're talking about two different things, two different governments. A marriage that is authorized by two different authorities. And in America, a woman can file for divorce. In ancient Israel, a woman was more like property. And in America, in early America, your wife was your property too. And so if your wife got caught cheating, you get to sue the man that your wife was cheating with and press charges against the wife. Spousal theft. Spousal theft because your wife was deemed as your property. Today she's no longer deemed as your property. She's seen as you as a company a co-op, a cooperation, a co-op corporate operation. You understand? Within the company, the business, the corporation of America. And there's two different laws. America would marry things that the Most High wouldn't deem fit for marriage. And another thing that America allows, it allows the woman to file for divorce. And probably for anything, even irreconcilable differences, which means that I just don't want to be here anymore, basically. Whatever it is, we just can't reconcile the ideal of being together. I believe this way, he believes that way. I think this way, he thinks that way. And it's grounds for her to file for divorce. Okay? So, if we look at the American marriage institution, we see that the African American woman, the black woman, is the least married woman in all institutions, countries on the planet. The least married. The least desirable. Don't nobody want to marry her. The marriage rate is very, very low in the African American community. And African Americans is probably marrying just as many white women and foreigners, if not more, today than they're marrying the African American woman. The African American woman has proven that she cannot love a man. She didn't love any of the boyfriends that she was prior with, or any of the sex partners that she was prior with, or she'd still be with them. She doesn't love the husband because she's filing for divorce. She is the blame of that. Out of 100% of the divorces filed, over 70% of these divorces were filed by the black woman, by the females. 70%. She can't stay in the marriage because she can't love you. She can't love you because she can't respect you. She can't respect you for being who you are and what you are. She can't respect you. She can't love you. She can't be for you. She's egotistical and got married to stroke her own ego. She didn't get married for you. She loved herself. She don't love you. She loves herself. That's why she's distancing herself from you. Seeking separation. Filing divorces. She don't love you. She can't be for you. The very idea that the woman filed for 70% of the divorces shows that she can't love you. And she runs to the white man. She runs to the white courts to get a divorce from this heathen authorized marriage. And she's going to this same heathen so he can authorize the divorce. For you don't control your woman. You're not her head. The man is supposed to be the head of the woman. He's supposed to be the head of the household. But the white man and his white supremacist government, the society, is her head. That is the head of her household. That's who she submits to. Yes, we're talking about divorce. The fact that she divorced you is evidence that she don't love you. Evidence that she never did. She was only infatuated by you. She can't love you. And if she can't love you, she can't respect you. If she can't respect you, she can't be for you. And if she can't be for you, she's filing for divorce. Divorce is further evidence. The divorce rate and the fact that females file for 70% of the divorces, over 100% of the divorces. Fact, evidence that the African American woman and the black woman and the American white man are in a secret, hidden relationship against the black man. This is Yasha Ben Israel signing out for the Yasha Ben Israel Terry Taderio Whitfield show. Stay tuned for episode number 9. For this is episode number 8, I believe. Episode number 9, I believe, is going to be Get It in Blood. Stay tuned for episode number 9.